T. Clark here, and this video is going to go over the AP Computer Science A 2025 CED FRQ number 1B. And in 1B, I'm going to try it another way today. I thought of another way when I was getting my website together, but the problem says that we need to write the get abbreviation method, which will return an abbreviation consisting of the first letter of each word in message. So in A, we got the message. Doesn't matter how A is worked, we're assuming the message is created correctly. So like it'll say morning, good morning sunshine, that'll be the message, or the book on the table will be the other message, and we want to abbreviate it for like GMS or TBOTT or whatever. So we're trying to get the first letters of each word, that's the abbreviation. Assume that the message will contain at least two words, so two or more words, and they're separated by a single space. Okay, so we're separating by spaces, and then if we have the message as soon as possible, then get abbreviation, I'm going to write right now, will return ASAP. And the way I'm thinking of doing it is, if I look at my original code in Message Builder, well, full code in Message Builder, up top I have this num words variable. So I'm thinking I can loop over using a for loop. So I have the num words that's set up in the Message Builder, so I took care of that already, so I'm going to use it now. And I'm going to say, well, first off, before anything, before I even think about it, I should have started this. I need to set up my result. So string result has to match the type in the method header. So string here, string there. So string result, and I'm going to start it with an empty string. And then at the very end, I'll just put it right now, I'm going to return a result. I always like doing that first because otherwise I'll forget. And then I need to get the first letter. So how do I get the first letter? I'm thinking in my head, I'm thinking first letter, and that's going to be dot substring 0, 1. And that's something you just got to memorize. So substring 0, 1 is the first letter of a word, or even the first letter of the message. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to go through the message. I'm going to get the first letter, A. Then I'm going to get rid of everything before, and I'm going to get rid of the space and everything before the first space. So the next, the message will then be soon. And then the message, and I can get the S, and then the next, everything after that space would be A as possible, and everything after that space would be possible. So that's how I'm going to do it, and how I'm going to do it. I'm going to loop over that many times. So there's 4 words, so I'm going to loop 4 times. So for int I equals 0, I less than num words. Is that my variable up top? Yeah, private instant variable, yes. And then I'm going to do I++. But then again, it also states, I think I read this someplace. Oh, reading the method header. So it returns abbreviation. Each word in message is separated out of a single space. Okay, that's the setup. Message contains at least 2 words, 2 or more. Okay. Oh, but message is unchanged. Okay, so since message is unchanged, message is my private string up top. I'm going to make a new variable for the working message. I'll just call that M. M is my message, but I'm going to be messing around with it. So M is just what I can mess around with without changing the original message. So I get that set up right there, and then I'm going to say, okay, loop over every word. I'm going to get that first word or first letter. So I'm going to say the first letter is going to be added to the result. I want to concatenate it to the end of the result, the first letter of the message. So M dot substring 0, 1. So I'm going to get that letter, and then I'm going to go everything after the space. So I'm going to say index space index equals M dot index of space. So wherever the space is, I'm going to get that space index. And then if it's not -1, if space index is greater than or equal to 0, so that means it does exist. So if it does exist, if there's a space. So there's always going to be a space except for the last word. Yeah, so there's a space for the first word pairs with a space, second word pairs with a space, third word pairs with a space, and the last word doesn't pair with a space. But by then, I'll be done. It'll run out of number of words, so I don't have to worry about that then. But if there is a space, I need to get rid of everything. Get rid of everything before the space, including the space. Okay, so I want to get everything after it. Oh, let's get rid of everything before, so access everything after that space. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say my new message is going to be everything after the substring after the space. So space index plus 1. And I don't need another number here, so because I want to go from that new spot after the space all the way to the end. So if there's just one number in here, no comma, it'll go over to that one number or that one spot and then everything to the end. And then one spot, everything to the end. And I think that's it. So you can use a for loop and it'll loop that many words because it's guaranteed to have that number of words. You don't need to use a while loop in this case. So let's see if it works. I'm not sure if it actually works. I just thought about it. So we got TBOTT, GMS, and ASAP. So looks like that is another way you could do 1B on the 2025 CED. Have a good day.